Hey internet, I'm Udoka. Welcome to my channel where I talk about my life and literally whatever I want. So if you're into that unedited style, make sure you subscribe and like the video when you like it so we can build this parasocial community. So I want to talk about divestment again because I'm exploring it a little bit more. It was something that I just kind of knew of offhand, and I associated it with interracial dating. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with interracial dating. And I understand that Black women have this weird pressure. I'm not sure where it comes from, but there's this pressure, especially if you're Black American, to date within your race. And I thought the divestment movement was about helping Black women open up their options and realize actually you can date whoever you want. And actually, if people are trying to tell you that other races of people won't find you attractive, screw them. You are an individual person. You can date other individual people regardless of race, and you can be happy. Do what makes you happy. And that's kind of what I took from it. And so I was a huge champion of it. Now, since there's going to be somebody in the comments that asks, I think it's a stupid question, but here's the answer. My partner is Black. Thank you. So, and I'll just say my personal background, I never cared about dating within my race at all, because I also think the dating in your race thing happens when you don't have an ethnic culture. I come from a specific ethnic culture, and I was raised to date within that culture, but I was also raised to love and appreciate and live amongst other cultures, because in my everyday life, meeting strangers who share my culture was not a common occurrence. So that meant I had to be open to living with and playing with and learning from and befriending people from other cultures. So the race issue was literally a non-issue for me. I didn't identify my culture by my race. So I did not care. So I've been a swirler since I was able to swirl. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, no, like, I don't know. I think, in my personal opinion, if you are anti-swirling, you're probably you're probably racist or racially prejudiced. And that's just my opinion, right? So why am I kind of critical of the divestment movement now? Because I started to realize that this divesting thing has really caught people's attention. Like, this is not like Free the Nipple, where it's like not very many people don't care and leave us alone. Thank you. Let us live our life. Yeah, I am hashtag free the N. I just found out Oklahoma allows it for women, and I think that's awesome. That's a different discussion. But this divestment thing, I thought it would kind of be like that. I thought it would be like, oh, that's what those people do over there, whatever. But I'm realizing, no, this is like a really kind of a big discussion in the Black community. And I have a couple problems with it. But now that I'm actually diving deeper into it, I'm a little disappointed, but what can you do? First, I'll say, if you are into the positive aspects of divestment, things that they talk about, or that they used to talk about, they used to talk about being hypergamy. They used to talk about how to be more feminine, how to be more in touch with that aspect of you. They used to talk about like how to raise your personal social status. They used to talk about these things, and you can still find people who talk about these things, but I find it more useful to refer to it as the Black femininity movement, or like the hypergamous woman movement. And you'll find a lot of interesting like points of view and advice there. The divestment movement is hit or miss because there's so much BS. Number one, I see some really disgusting things in this divestment discussion. It's really disgusting. Like racially insensitive things, okay? Especially towards Black men. I just find it disgusting. It's like, how could you do that? Like, you are part of a marginalized group. How could you start speaking that rhetoric about Black men, knowing that people are doing that exact same thing to you and about you? It's like it's like you know better. You know better. Why are you doing that? Like, what does it do for you? What does it do for your movement? In my opinion, it doesn't do anything other than get more attention. It does help get more attention because you're outraging people, and outrage is a form of marketing. We know this. Black outrage is some of the best marketing that you can get. So if you're outraging half of the Black people, it makes sense. I think it's wrong. And some of the things that I see on Twitter, I'm like, oh my God. Mom, can you pick me up? I'm scared. This is disgusting. So I'm anti the Black man bashing. I'm anti the Black woman bashing. It's literally women bashing other women for having skin that's too dark, for having skin that's too light, for having loosely curled hair, for having tightly curled hair. I mean, the colorism and the featureism is rampant. And obviously discussing colorism and featureism is a part of the discussion. I think it is relevant to the discussion, but this context of we're better than you, we're better than you, this little bickering is gross, it's immature, it's redundant, it's reductive, and it's not useful. I understand. Now, let me also preface this by saying I learned about colorism really late in the game. Like, really late. I did not even know it was a thing until grad school, okay? That is what we call a privilege. It's kind of like your white friend that's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know people were still racist. Yeah, because you're white. You don't deal with it. So, like, you can see my skin tone, right? I'm what I consider brown, like regular brown. So I don't deal with it. I never have to question, is it because of my dark skin or is it because of my light skin? No one's ever called me a name. No one's ever been, I mean, maybe literally one time amongst friends, we were like, hey, wait a second. We were all like tanning because we're like out in the sun. You know what I mean? Like, you tan. And they're like, wait a second, why are you light like that? What's going on? Like, that happened one time in my life, and it was amongst friends. Like, no, who cares? But I've never been maliciously made fun of for being too dark. Like, that's never been an issue for me. So I've had the privilege to not realize that's a chronic issue. And I understand now that I've learned about colorism, I understand that growing up, if you had to deal with that, it's harmful. But you're an adult now. You know what I mean? Like, you're an adult now. You are now trying to get married, have a family. Why are you engaging in playground antics? It's weird to me. It's dumb. And then the light skinned girls being like, well, we never really fit in because y'all thought that we were full of ourselves. And it's like, can you ladies grow the hell up? This is supposed to be a movement discussing women dating for themselves and for their goals. Why are we discussing stupid stuff? And if you're really divested, why is this a topic of discussion? If the point is to divest from the Black community, you're not divested because you're still talking about Black stuff. Okay. The other thing, yeah, in the featurism, yo, I learned about keen features and broad features. I'm like, get out of here. It perpetuates a lie. Someone told me, oh, I'm an exotical. Why? Because there's no such thing as brown skin. You're either dark skin or you're light skin. So I'm light skin, and people have asked me if I'm Filipino, if I'm half Japanese, if I'm from Honduras, if I'm Hispanic. Like, I have been asked about what is your ethnicity before. For the most of the time, for most of my life, people see that I'm Black, and that's just what it is. If they ask, they find out I'm a specific type of Black. I have an ethnic tribe that my features are coming from. But but this said the other day, Exotical, and they started talking about keen features. Are your eyes slanted, or are they round? Or is your nose tiny, or is it broad? Is your mouth big or small? I'm like, what the hell? And it's perpetuating this idea that Black people are not diverse. I was so offended one time. I was doing something abroad. I don't remember where I was. I remember I was in Portugal, and this girl, she is from New York, but she's Chinese. And she was like, so where, what are you? Where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm, she's like, really? You're too light skinned. I'm like, what? She's like, I thought people from, I thought they were all this one shade. I'm like, no, it's like, I understand people from not our race being confused that Black people come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, facial features. Literally, the only facial feature that I find to be a constant is our high cheekbones and our lips. And that is a constant. I see a lot of variety in noses, though broad nose is common, but I see a lot of variety. See a lot of variety in eye shape. I see a lot of variety in this brow bone. I see a lot of variety there. I see a variety in face shape. How big, small your cheek. My cheeks are actually really distinctive of my specific village. But like, there's just so much variety when we're talking about Black people. Motherland, sub-Saharan Black people. We look different. Including East Africans, including the Black East Africans, including the Black North Africans. And I feel like this discussion of exoticals, it's like, you can say what you want. You can say, oh no, monoracial people also can be exotical. But you know what the common idea is? The common idea is that to be monoracially Black means you have to look a certain way. And to be mixed means you look a certain way. And that's incorrect. You can be mixed and look like you're not mixed. You can be monoracially black and be questioned for being mixed. Genetics, the black genetic pool is so diverse. And then when you're dealing with mixed people, you just super diversified it. So I just think it's a discussion that perpetuates stereotypes that are unhelpful and low-key harmful. So these are the things that I really dislike about the divestment movement, that I'm learning that this is what's being discussed most of the time, rather than what you were became a divester for. Um, the other thing I'm realizing and noticing is that the standards are not there. Um, there was a time when I was looking at like the divestment movement, and the standard was, you were considered a success if you got married, you're happy, you have children, you have a household income that allows you to live a lifestyle with your family that you want. And you want if you and a lot of these divester women want to be housewives. They want to be housewives, house mothers. And that was the discussion. And like clearly you can see that that's why I'm not a divester. I'm not interested in being a housewife. I, I'm just, their goals are not necessarily my goals. I just supported that they were unapologetic about what they want in life. But now y'all are talking about this dumb stuff. And it's like, how is that helping you get what you want? But I noticed that the goalpost is now moved. These women who are leading the movement are not married. They don't have children. They're like, it's like contradiction after contradiction. I'm learning about this one woman named the Pink Pill. She's been on Clubhouse, and that was really a mistake for her. I thought she was respected on YouTube. It seems like she's not, but on Clubhouse, she just really showing herself. And her boyfriend, it's a white guy, he said something that he shouldn't have said. And it's just like, it's not, the math isn't mathin'. What y'all said y'all was trying to do is not what it seems like y'all are doing. It's not giving what it said it's supposed to give. And I'm disappointed in the movement. And like I mentioned earlier, things that kind of relate to the divestment movement, such as hypergamy and swirling, I just call it interracial dating, being more feminine, being unapologetic about wanting to be a housewife, or getting your MRS degree, meaning you go to college to find a suitable husband, not because you're looking for a career. These are the type of things I associated with divestment. And I think those are worth discussing. Women are interested in those things, and I think you should. But when we're talking about bashing races of men, involving ourselves in colorism games, bashing other women, and reducing the standard for what it is that you actually want, it stops making sense. It stops making sense, and it sounds dumb. It sounds like if you're over the age of 24, you need to stop playing games with the high schoolers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was cool. You came visit the high school and, oh, you saw somebody that you thought was kind of cute. But now that you about to graduate college, it's not a good look. You need to graduate. You need to graduate and move on with your life. So I can't champion the divestment movement with this. It's time for me to go too. Anyway, I'm no longer championing the divestment movement, but I'm not against it. I still like those positive things. I think they should start discussing those things. And I don't want to be lumped in with these dudes who come to my comment section talking about society, you can't run a society without men. Sir, I'm not talking about a world without men. I didn't say men need to be extinct. I didn't say nothing like that. Like, these dudes come out of the woodworks. They hear a woman with an opinion, and they just decide to go on their soapbox about whatever the hell. And they feel entitled to my comment section. It's like, sir, this is my YouTube channel. One dude was trying to go back forth with me like, oh, but you don't own YouTube. You don't own YouTube. You can't silence me. Trick, yes, I can. It's called delete. Because it's my page, you dumb frog. Dude, like, some of the dudes who comment when I discuss these type of things, some of the dudes who comment, you gotta come real nice. Bro, you gotta come real nice. You gotta come real nice, because I delete dudes on sight. Some of y'all come with the Trojan horse. Some of y'all come in trying to pretend like you're nice, but I can tell you're not. I can tell you're not, because you're asking me questions that I didn't bring up in the video. You think you're smart. You think you're slick. You think you can take over my page. You can't, bruh. Delete. Well, this one dude's like, oh, it's okay that you don't want to debate me. It's like, I didn't make this video to debate you. He's like, it's okay because I just posted that for the people reading it. So that they can know. I'm like, actually, you posted nothing because I deleted your thesis essay. I deleted it. What now? Go to your own YouTube page, you stupid friggin'. Oh my God. Anyway. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you motherfucking click the like button. Because if we finna get these, now there's people that we have a parasocial relationship and I love discussing, and there's people who disagree with me. I love it. What I can't deal with are the people, and they just tend to be dudes. So far it's only been dudes. The people who feel entitled to my YouTube space and my YouTube comments, and people who try to tell me about myself. You don't know me. And people who get upset when I tell them what you're commenting on is off topic. If that ends up being you leave me a comment, ask me about something, trying to debate me about something, and I tell you, I don't care, that's off topic, that's not what I'm talking about, and you'll get mad. Prepare to be deleted. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not playing you. I'm insta delete up in these comments. Provided it's more than 20 people that actually view this video. Because the first 20 people are my parasocials. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. I hope I kept you some company. I'm going to get ready to go to a dance class. Until next time, much love, much luck. Peace out.